Sometimes students do have this problem in distinguishing among atoms, molecules, ions, and radicals. So let's start with the definition of an atom. An atom is said to be the smallest neutral, stable, or unstable part of an element, possessing the chemical properties of the element and can still participate in chemical reactions. I want to take it again. An atom is the smallest neutral, stable, or neutral, unstable part of an element, possessing the chemical properties of the element and can still participate in chemical reactions. If you look at this definition, I'm trying to let us know that this smallest particle of an element is neutral. It has no net charge. Secondly, it can be a stable atom, it can be unstable atom, telling us we actually have two types of atoms, which can be a stable atom and unstable atoms. So let's go to molecule. A molecule is the smallest neutral, stable part of an element or molecular compound, possessing the chemical properties of the element or the molecular compound and can participate in chemical reactions. I want to take it again so that you will understand fully what this molecule is. A molecule is said to be the smallest neutral, stable part of an element, or it could be the smallest neutral, stable part of a molecular compound, possessing the chemical properties of the element or the molecular compound and can still participate in chemical reactions. Now, if you look at this, wherever you see or, that tells us that it's possible that that can be this or that. So we have two types of molecule of an element and molecule of a compound. So what do we mean by the word an ion? An ion is an atom or a group of atoms with electrical charge formed by loss or gain of electron. Here we are going to be having major two types of ions, because it is either formed by losing electron or by gaining electron. When electron is being lost by an atom, we will have a positive charge ion. When electron is being gained, we will have a negative charge ion. So let's take it again. An ion is an atom or a group of atoms with electrical charge formed by loss or gain of electron. That tells us fully that we have two types of ions. One, positive charge ion. Other times we call it cations. And another one we call negative charge ion, which is an anion. So we know what an atom is, we know what a molecule is, and we know what an ion is. Then what could actually be the word for radical? What does radical represent in chemistry? So a radical is said to be an atom, a molecule, or an ion with at least one unpaired electron. Let me say this again, because sometimes our textbook does not make it clearer for us, and when we enter higher institution, when they bring up the word radical, we get confused. Pay attention to it again. A radical can be an atom, it can be a molecule, or it can be an ion. But one thing you should know about it is that it must have at least one unpaired electron. I would like you to distinguish between an atom and molecule from the definition and from the little explanation. Also distinguish between a molecule and ion. Do the same thing with an atom and ion. Do the same thing with a molecule and a radical. Do the same thing with a molecule and ion. And do the same thing with an atom and ion, an atom and a radical. So by doing that, you will be able to understand the differences among the four. In the next video, I'll be discussing an atom. Be there.